Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hangar at Oaks Amusement Park.
And 646, not 646.
It's time to wake up. Not the most pretty day outside, is it? But you're here to support the future world champions. Right here at Rose City Rollers. I'm Ophelia Mellons. Joining me tonight today, Magic Pony Power Hour on the mic. He says hello. I would like to encourage everyone to please stand if you are able. And we are going to do a national anthem sing-along all together. Unless somebody, children, join us. Please remove your hats. 1, 2, 3. You needed the words. America! I don't know if it's going to be any indication of the bout we're about to witness, but I'm pretty sure Team Purple just won that national anthem. But that might just be me. I want to thank our officials and volunteers for being here. Thank you, referees and officials. I want to thank the friends and family and parents and people who support these young athletes for being here today. Thank you so much for being here. And I just want to say, this is the all-star team. Okay. They're going above and beyond what is asked of them as athletes. I can tell you from experience, wearing that purple jersey, wearing that white jersey is a huge honor, and they don't take that lightly. And what they're about to do this Wheels of Justice skate out, I can tell you the first time I did it, I cried. It is that important. So without further ado, please welcome to the track the future of the Rose City Rollers, the Rosebuds All-Stars.
All right, we're good. Ladies and gentlemen, skating for you today on Team White, number 00, Forevermore. Number 6, Smacky Kennedy. Number 101, Juella DeVille. Number 15, Hazard in Training. Number 2, Eeny Meeny. Number 22, Habanero Romero. Number 23, Mischievous. Number 418, Moonlight Bandit. Number 423, Fatality. Number 447, Treble Clef. Number 50, Showtime. Number 646, Lady Gotcha. Number 89, Big Mac. And number 9, Catnip.
What's this number?
3-6.
Make some noise for your white team for today.
And battling the ladies in white, Team Purple, number 117, Psycho Kitty. Number 1717, Starship Trooper. Number 26, Mace of Grace. Number 266, the Barbarian Librarian. Number 3, Domina Effect. Number 31, Moaning Murder. Number 33, Bad Advice. Number 36, Pretty Kitty Bang Bang. Number 3690, Hex Mix. Wearing number 7, Filipino. Number 777, Rosemary's Baby. Number 808, Cannon Ballistic. Number 853, Misdemeanor. And number 999, Holly Screwya. And that, my friends, is the Rosebuds Team Purple. Give it up for the Rosebuds All-Star Team. And of course, thank you to all the coaches and support staff for this wonderful program. Pony, I asked the head coach, who's going to win this game, purple or white? And you know what? You know what they said?
Me.
They said the Rosebuds are going to win.
Oh, yeah, okay.
That was fair and appropriate. All right, folks, who's seen roller derby before? And actually, raise your hand if this is your first time.
Newbies.
Pretty good, pretty good. It's safe to say that your friends and neighbors probably know a little bit more about the game than you might, and we're going to give you a little bit of a Derby 101 as we go along.
I'm all over that.
Awesome. But it's going to be fun and
Super fun.
Organized chaos, and
I'm so excited.
We're so happy to have you here, and I'm so happy to be here.
I'm completely on fire. It's the best game I've seen all weekend.
Yes.
All right, rolling out right now. Team White, number 101, Juella DeVille. And that's Team Purple, number 33, Bad Advice.
That's right.
You'll notice those two skaters are wearing stars on their helmets.
They're special.
There are jammers. They're the people who score points for their teams. And in order to score points in the game of roller derby, you have to lap the opponents from the other team.
That's right. But there's people who want to help you, and there's people who want to hurt you, Pony.
That is the truth. Blockers in this game play offense and defense at the same time. Right now, Bad Advice is what we call lead jammer. She was the first jammer to break out of the pack. And she just picked up 5 points on that pass for passing all the skaters on the opposing team.
And on the white team, jammer Juella DeVille has now completed her initial pass, so she's now able to begin scoring. But Bad Advice manages to get in there, pick up a couple more points, 3 points, and end that jam by placing her hands on her hips, preventing Team White from putting up too many points. So that was a 9-point jam for Team Purple, a 7-point jam and a 3-point jam for White.
So the other 8 players on the track, right now it's 7, but normally it's 8, are what we call blockers. 4 blockers from each team. And those people, their job is to help their jammer through the pack and to hinder the other jammer. As right now you can see in the back of the pack right now with Team Purple beating up on the Team White jammer.
That's right. Filipeño's now the lead jammer for Team Purple. Not far behind is Habanero Romero. Oh, that's a great name.
I love that name.
Oh, it just rolls right off the tongue. Filipeño in the pack manages to get through and put up 4 big points for Team Purple.
And she managed to get through that pack because her blockers were there clearing a path for her.
That's right. You notice both teams forming walls to prevent the jammer from moving through. You're going to be seeing defense and offense at the same time.
It's all action.
All action all the time. Now what happens if they do something wrong?
If the skaters do something naughty against another player or against the track, they'll spend 30 seconds in the Pabst Blue Ribbon penalty box. And those penalties can include cutting the track, that's passing somebody out of bounds, or touching somebody from behind too hard, touching somebody with their elbow or with their head, or tripping someone.
Meanwhile, we have Juella DeVille, lead jammer for Team White, their first lead jam in the game so far.
Starship Troopers still hung up in the pack right now at the very front, taking a bit of a beating from Big Mac.
Notice the play is nice and slow, coming around turn 3 and 4. Slower you go, the more points a jammer can score.
Eeny, Meeny, and Big Mac running the front end. Easily one of my favorite team-ups in all of roller derby is the Big Mac Eeny, Meeny pair. She uses her like a missile.
Yeah. That's 4 more points for Team White. Purple still ahead by 4. 2 players down in the penalty box for Team White, 1 for Purple. So we have a 3-2 pack advantage for Team Purple. Gonna make it pretty hard for Bad Advice.
Back on the line, Habanero Romero for Team White.
Multiplayer block penalty being assessed on Team Purple. That means they formed an impenetrable wall. Can't
Right
use
up
their
until
arms.
it was penetrated. A quick jam, very strategic. A lot of times a lead jammer will decide to call off the jam before she scored any points, just in order to keep the other jammer from being able to score points because she's too close behind her.
Now we have what I like to call a micro pack. 2 apiece.
Penalty box is eating up a lot of our skaters right now. Number 101, Juella DeVille on the track right now.
Filipeño managing to find a hole on the inside line. She's the lead jammer. Pack speed really picking up.
Both jammers out of the pack. It's a race to the back of the pack right now as skaters return to the track from the penalty box.
Team White doing a great job of reforming their wall at the front of the pack. Every skater that exited the penalty box knew exactly what they needed to do.
Filipeño with a ducking down, breaks through. Can't quite make it, is held off the outside of the track.
And it looks like we have our first power jam of the game here, Pony. So that means the jammer committed an infraction and will be sent to the penalty box for up to 30 seconds. Only jammer on the track right now.
Team Purple up front, holding the wall, ready for the assault. Anarchy is on. Juella DeVille powering through right now, held up behind Rosemary's Baby.
And you see that White holding back in the rear of the pack and Purple trying to extend the pack forward by spacing themselves out a few feet at a time.
Rosemary's Baby picking up a penalty and heading to the penalty box. Juella DeVille around the outside, nobody saw her coming, through for all 5 points.
Filipeño finds a hole, manages to put through for 4 points of her own.
Eeny Meeny on her way to the penalty box. And Juella DeVille weaves her way through to the inside, through for another 4.
Big force out there by captain number 89, Big Mac.
Filipeño with a little confusion over whether she should be heading to the penalty box or not. Back on the inside, and it's another race to the back of the pack.
Both jammers using that inside line around the apex to sneak through for a few more points. Big jam for Team White as we have our first lead change of the game, Pony.
Crazy.
Of course, these teams are divided up, pretty well matched. This is great training for them, but more importantly, it's for you, the fans and friends of the team, so they may debut their skills, their beautiful uniforms, and play right here at home at the hangar.
On the line, it's number 1717, Starship Trooper, and she's taking on Habanero Romero from Team White.
Big force out there by Fatality on Team White, buying enough time for Habanero Romero to be lead jammer.
Vitamin D. Bring it down just a tiny bit.
Habanero Romero comes in on the inside line, doesn't have quite enough time to put up too many points, so she's gonna call off that jam, comes out on top. 2 more points for Team White.
Ladies and gentlemen, all of this action doesn't happen all by itself. We have a ton of sponsors, one of them being Bike Punk, locally printed, eco-friendly stickers, signs, and designs. Visit bikepunk.com.
Jamming now for Team White, number 89, Big Mac.
And that's number 33 for Team Purple, Bad Advice.
Big Mac just pushing through that impenetrable wall, manages to find a lane on the outside. Lead jammer, Big Mac.
What I've learned about Big Mac is she does not take no for an answer.
Team Purple forming a wall on the back of the pack, and now you see them recycling to the front to slow down the pack speed. And that's Rosemary Baby at the top of the pack trying to get her blockers to join her. And
Big Mac burning up a little time, playing a little cat and mouse, and then deciding, meh, call it off.
Nice and slow is good.
Yeah, we're good.
Sorry, I was stepping on you.
You were? Believe me, if you were, I would have noticed. Don't worry about it.
Clear penalty box, that PBR penalty box empty for the first time since the first jam. And that pack lines up, 2 walls stacked right on top of each other.
Filipino up for Team Purple, and Juella DeVille takes lead jammer for Team White.
Filipino dodging a big hit on turn 2, manages to sneak away from Catnip, and she clears her initial pass. Oh, unfortunately, Filipino is going to be heading to the penalty box for a cut track penalty.
Right now, Juella DeVille working her way through the pack on the outside. A little bit of a tumble, and Team Purple weaves their way back up in front of her.
And again, you see Barbarian Librarian pulling back, reforming what we call the pack. So they have to stay within 10 feet proximity of each other, and that's why you'll notice little black marks around the track to help the skaters with their spatial awareness.
Juella DeVille hung up in the pack right now behind number 266, the Barbarian Librarian, breaks out for another 5 points.
Wow, big white wall in the rear of the pack, but she manages to crack that like a walnut.
Fatality doing some excellent coverage in the backfield, and that jam is off.
And that was a 12-point jam as Team White begins to pull ahead, but with still plenty of time left in the first period, anything could happen.
Hey, we'd like to thank Joe's Burgers, because there are 4 locations, Awesome Burgers, and they're the official feeder of the RCR Volunteers. That's Joe's Burgers.
Team Purple taking the front wall. You'll notice the backward skater, number 777, Rosemary Baby, is acting as a brace to help slow down that wall when the jammers are pushing forward. Here we have Bad Advice, lead jammer for Team Purple.
Bad Advice out for lead jammer, and Habanero Romero recycled to the back of the pack. Habanero Romero throwing herself at the line. Rosemary's Baby dropping her out and taking her to the very back of the pack again.
Great defense by Team Purple in the rear of the pack, but Habanero Romero finds that inside line and clears her first pass.
Eeny Meeny getting a great piece of bad advice. That was funny. Holding her out and forcing her to the back of the pack before the end of that jam. Number 1717, Starship Trooper, up for Team Purple. And that's number 50, Showtime, up for Team White.
Showtime pushing through that front purple wall. Two skaters there trying to slow her down, but she drops lower. And lead jammer Showtime for Team White.
Starship Trooper fights her way through the pack, and she is on her scoring pass. Team Purple setting up shop at the front end, holding things down, waiting for Showtime, who breaks through on the inside.
Showtime.
Team Purple swarming her, and right now she's being taken to the back of the pack. A cut called on Showtime.
She knew it too. She was, you got me, heading to the penalty box. Sometimes you're just outmatched in that moment.
It was quick.
Yeah.
That's Starship Trooper recovering from being down on the outside, taking a beating on the white line.
Team Purple choosing to play a passive form of offense to let Starship Trooper try and push forward out 20 feet. She does it. And that's 5 big points for Team Purple.
In from the outside, Team Purple causing some confusion. Starship Trooper rolls right through.
Just that fake step like you're gonna come in for offense sometimes is the best form of offense. But by staying in the back wall, they're ready for Showtime to re-enter the track. And around the outside, narrowly avoiding a big hit from Catnip. That's 4 more big points for Showtime and Team White. And we have our first helmet cover pass. And that was handed off to the Barbarian Librarian. And the Jammers have the special ability to take off their star and hand it to the pivot, the blocker with the stripe on their helmet.
And how's that as far as new levels? We like it? I love it.
I want to remind everyone here, if you feel like you need to start a dance party, this is the place to do it. Kids, I'm looking at you. We also have face painter Miss Cordelia here volunteering her time. And there's an activity table if you want to make your favorite skater a really awesome sign. We love signs. And a quick official timeout just to get track of the penalties and the points. Jamming now, Holly Screw-Ya for Team Purple. And
Juella DeVille for Team White.
And lead jammer going to Juella DeVille. Getting pulled way back into the rear of that pack. Holly Screw-Ya having a hard time with Team White's defense.
Juella DeVille, your lead jammer right now, up against a pretty rough 3-wall at the front end with Filipino.
And around the inside line, that's the first 5 points for Team White this jam. And you get that 5th point when you lap the opposing jammer. That jammer becomes a point.
That's gotta hurt. Juella DeVille back in the pack. Team White holding that front end, number 23. Miss Shivas dropping a huge shoulder on her right as she tried to come through the line.
White pulls ahead by 22 points and pretty easy to catch up in a matter of 1 jam there.
1 or 2 jams. This game almost always could be made up in 1 or 2 jams. Number 418, Moonlight Bandit, up for Team White. And that's number 33, Bad Advice, for Team Purple.
Team White with a strong front wall, giving Bad Advice a real hard time. She manages to have real clean footwork, staying on the boundary of the track from the inside to the out. She's the lead jammer.
Moonlight Bandit still having a tough time breaking through. Purple holding things down right in front of her. Team White doing a great job coming in and trying to scrape those purple blockers off of her, and she's free.
And they're out of place, so they're no longer legally allowed to block that purple jammer.
Again, Big Mac and Eenie meeting, putting the screws to Bad Advice at the front end.
One thing I want to say is it looks like utter chaos down there, Pony, but they're pulling out plays from a playbook and executing advanced strategies. How else would they go 2-1 at the Wild West Showdown tournament last weekend?
Holy mackerel, really? Who did they beat?
Santa Cruz and Los Angeles.
And that's 101. Juella DeVille back on the track. Wow.
Oh, misdemeanor right up the outside line. Lead jammer for Team Purple.
Juella DeVille breaks out of the pack.
White is ready for her in the rear of the pack. She takes a big hit. Back up on her feet and calls that one off before Team White slips in there. 1 point for Team White, 3 points, Team Purple.
Hey, meet the future of car sharing. Sign up for carstogo.com. That's carstogo.com. And we'd also like to thank PDX Pipeline, your online source for Portland music, arts, and events happenings like this one. That's PDX Pipeline.
One blocker apiece for each team in the penalty box. Team White with the front wall. Big force out on Holly Scria. Buying time for Habanero Romero to be the lead jammer. Purple pack ready for her to re-enter. Great leadership there. Bump her onto the inside track boundary. That's 266, Barbarian Librarian, just giving Holly Scria a real run for her money.
Habanero Romero caught up in the... calling it off. Feeling the pressure from Holly Scria.
I think this song started roller derby.
It feels like it.
Yeah.
Number 101, Juella DeVille up against Bad Advice. This has been a really tight competition all day with these jammers.
Purple down one blocker in the penalty box. You see Rosemary Baby holding on to her blockers to try and hold back Juella DeVille. It works. Bad Advice.
Breaking out for lead jammer.
Pack speed really picking up. You see the white pack slowing down to be ready to play defense against Bad Advice as she enters here.
Last line of defense up front. Rosemary's Baby drops her out and forces her back just a tiny bit as the pack catches up.
And that's world-class level blocking there. Just textbook.
Bad Advice breaks through and calls it off. 4 points.
And just like that, Team Purple really picking up the pace. 51 Team Purple, 66 for Team White. It's just 14 points separating these teams.
OHSU Sports Medicine proud to be the medical care team for the Rose City Rollers.
All right, fans, I don't know if you're rooting for Team Purple or Team White, but give it up for the Rose City Rosebuds All-Stars. Let them hear it. They're here to play for you. Lead jammer going to Filipino. Pack speed just really picking it up.
Moonlight Bandit coming around the track. And Purple sets up a wall at the front end.
That big hit brought to you by 423 Fatality.
Holy mackerel, she's been on point all day. Hey, we'd like to thank somebody. How about Kind Bars? A brand of all-natural whole nut and fruit bars made from ingredients you can see and pronounce. That's Kind Bars. Hey, it's an official timeout.
I know what that means. Is that a taco timeout?
It's a taco timeout sponsored by Porque No.
Porque yes.
2 locations on Mississippi and the Hawthorne. Amazing taqueria fare. Porque no.
Hi, Pony.
Why, hello. I'm sure I'll know what's going on shortly.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna stay here in my stall.
Stay there.
Welcome to Stalling with Magic Pony. All right, well, we're back on.
Just hang out there, buddy.
I'm gonna stay here. It's the safest place to be.
Oh, look, they're selling raffle tickets. Be sure to grab your raffle. Total value of that basket, over $375. And it includes 2 tickets to the Oregon Symphony, valued at over $100 just for those.
And it's Habanero Romero on the track right now. Breaking out and taking lead jammer. She picked up a cut being handed out by Darth Bling, and she'll be on her way to the penalty box.
Tough call. Well, that means lead jammer still up for grabs here. Filipino in the penalty box. We're going to do a little jammer switcheroo. When both jammers get sent to the penalty box, they will only serve the same amount of time as the first jammer there. So now we have Filipino re-entering the track, and you'll see Habanero Romero back on the track shortly.
Right now, Filipino up against Big Mac at the front end, trying to find her way through. One more to get by, but it's Big Mac dropping the wall on her. Round her, it's Big Mac as Filipino takes not lead jammer.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was quite a battle.
Future Scylla Devour there.
I'm out of here.
1 point there for purple as they creep ever so close to Team White. 69 points, Team White, 54 for Team Purple. 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in this first half of play.
Then I changed my mind. I thought I'd come down here since things are so casual today. I think I'm going to call this next one.
Is there hot
right here in
dogs?
the stands with my dear friend. What's your name, miss?
Charlene.
Charlene, how nice to see you here. Am I in your seat? No, not at all. On the line right now, it's Juella DeVille and Misdemeanor. Misdemeanor breaking around the outside, trying to find her way through. She is lead jammer.
Mischievous being sent to the penalty box for doing something wrong. She'll sit for 30 seconds.
Juella DeVille stuck in the back of the pack right now, working her way through. She's out. Misdemeanor breaks through the pack, picks up 4 points and calls it off. Miss, what'd you think about that?
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome, right?
Thank you to Secret Aardvark. Viva la Aardvark, our favorite hot sauce. It's now an 11-point game. On the line now again, bad advice for Team Purple. And Big Mac for Team White. Big offense being played by Team Purple. That's number 26, Mace of Grace. Bad advice, lead jammer.
423 fatality breaking out, getting her helmet cover on.
Well, she kept the right one on anyway.
Yeah, the switcheroo would be a bummer right there.
Yeah, totally. Oh goodness, 8-point game. Team Purple just coming back with a vengeance. That's 3 more for Team Purple.
Stepping up to the line, number 418 for Team White, that's Moonlight Bandit. And for Team Purple, it's Starship Trooper.
Full contingent on the track, 4 blockers apiece, going with an old school 4-wall, facing forward, ready to absorb the impact of these able-bodied jammers.
Eeny Meeny holding things down, and down goes Starship Trooper as Team White drops right in front of her. Multiplayer block assessed to Eeny Meeny.
Moonlight Bandit, lead jammer for Team White. Though a couple of her blockers sent to the penalty box, her work will be cut out for her.
Team Purple holding the line against Moonlight Bandit, and the sun goes down on that jam.
Really smart call off there. She only picked up 1 point, but prevented Team Purple from catching up.
You are correct, and I'd also like to say Laurelhurst Theater and Pub, the best modern cinema, independent, and classic film for Portland movie lovers. That's Laurelhurst Theater and Pub.
Two blockers in the penalty box for Team White. Joella DeVille jamming for them. Misdemeanor jamming for Team Purple. Wow, that's a blockers clinic. Number 423, Fatality, just giving her hell. White jammer Joella DeVille lead. And a cut track penalty being assessed on misdemeanor.
Eeny Meeny back on the track. I don't know why that's my favorite skater of all time.
Can't score any points when you're in the penalty box, though. Team Purple, so close, yet so far.
Joella DeVille, lead jammer, breaks through. Team Purple setting up shop right in front of her, and Rosemary's Baby holding down the middle, but...
Wow, there she goes. That's so far a 10-point jam for Joella DeVille.
Right now, both teams trying to decide where to go. Rosemary's Baby running the line for Team Purple.
Big force out there by number 2, Eeny Meeny. And again, on the outside, Misdemeanor just isn't able to find any place to go.
Joella DeVille round the track for 4 more. Eeny Meeny holding down the outside line with Fatality.
Wow. Oh, again on the outside, big hit there, Rosemary's Baby.
Misdemeanor dropped to the inside and recycled to the back of the pack.
Team Purple recycling to the front of the pack, buying every foot that they can. And that jam's gonna be called off. Wow.
Rosemary's Baby all up and down the track all day.
17-point jam for
Giant.
Team White. Huge.
Huge.
Large, don't say that.
And it's a team timeout for Team Purple. That makes this a Mike Checks Music Minute. And we're right back at it. Hey, let me tell you, Kelly Brown loves roller derby. Roller derby loves Kelly Brown. I got all those vowels backwards there, but Kelly Brown, debt relief. That's Moonlight Bandit on the line for Team White.
Mace of Grace now jamming for Team Purple, making her debut on the line. Big hit, beautiful force out by Trouble Clef, Team White.
Moonlight Bandit breaks out up front and takes.
Really great blocking here. Team White in the rear of the pack, finally having to let her Starship Bandit go.
Team White doing a great job dropping in, breaking up Team Purple, and opening up the door for Moonlight Bandit. That was good. Oaks Amusement Park, home of the Rose City Rollers and the place to purchase your derby gear. That's Oaks Amusement Park.
I just like squished 3 names into one. Oh, yeah. This is a pop song.
Oh, yeah.
Like positive.
Yes.
Like, come on over.
On the line, it's number 33, Bad Advice.
Joella DeVille taking the line again. They're matched up a lot of the time. Right out front. That's Bad Advice, lead jammer.
Joella DeVille out of the pack and on her scoring pass as Bad Advice ekes it out backwards through the front of the pack. And hey, Buffalo Gap Eatery and Saloon, John's Landing's favorite saloon and eatery. That's Buffalo Gap.
That was a great call off by Bad Advice. You saw her, she got all her points and still remembered to look at the bench, look at her coaches, call off accordingly, icing some blocker in the penalty box for Team White. So Purple's going to start out with a 4-3 blocker advantage. And
Starship Trooper up for Team Purple. And number 22, Habanero Romero back on the line, taking lead jammer for Team White.
Really quick pack speed here. That's definitely in the favor of Starship Trooper. She's so quick.
Packed a little bit unorganized, piling up on the inside. Habanero Romero on the out, calling it off. That was quite of a mob there in the turn.
Yes, it sure was.
Hey, we'd like to thank OHSU Sports Medicine, immediate care for RCR athletes through our sports medicine hotline, 503-494-4000.
One lone point scored in that last jam as White pulls ahead. Just about a minute remaining here in this first half of play.
Mace of Grace on the line for Team Purple. And that's number 423, Fatality, up for Team White.
Great defense by Team White. Mace of Grace, there's a blocker in front of her, there's a blocker next to her, there's a blocker behind her.
Fatality having a tough time breaking past not Filipino, but it's Fatality on the outside. Lead jammer.
Team Purple trying to recycle and get their wall back together as Mace of Grace enters her first point scoring pass.
Fatality ushered off the track by Rosemary's Baby, and that jam is off. Time for... Yeah, seriously.
And it looks like the clock is going to expire on the first half of play. Team Purple 69, Team White 94.
Goodness gracious, we're right back at it.
25 points separating these two teams. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Something like that. And that is not an unsurmountable number. In Derby, that's one jam.
Heck no.
It's 2 minutes.
Wasn't there a 28-point jam earlier?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Team White, Team Purple, ready to go. 30 minutes to decide the victor.
Misdemeanor back on the line for Team Purple, and Moonlight Bandit up for Team White.
Team White recycling to the front of the pack to form a wall to capture Misdemeanor. She breaks through. One more to beat. That's Moonlight Bandit, lead jammer.
Misdemeanor taking a beating from Team White. Big Mac running the line, and she is making no progress.
And Team Purple ready for Moonlight Bandit. Around the outside, manages to avoid a big hit. And that's 5 big ones for Team White.
Misdemeanor, whoa, swing and a miss, makes it through.
That was really cool, fakey. Misdemeanor just kind of popped up to avoid that hit. That's excellent work.
Hey, we want to remind everybody, OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical team of the Rose City Rollers.
Thank you to our young fans for making those awesome signs. Hold them up high. Looking good, guys.
I see you over there.
Woo!
That's Habanero Romero for Team White and Starship Trooper for Team Purple. Team White taking that halftime intermission very seriously, and their defensive line's completely going insane right now.
Multiplayer block being assessed there on Hazard in training. She'll serve a few seconds in the sin bin, and joining her, unfortunately, Habanero Romero, making this a great opportunity for Team Purple. Starship Trooper, the lead jammer.
Yes, she is, in fact. Eeny meeny, swing and a miss. Up front, Fatality and Eeny Meeny running the line. In comes Starship Trooper.
Fatality there all over her, wrapping around Starship Trooper. Eeny meeny now right on top of her. Fatality again, trying to reabsorb her. Oh, and right around the inside. Fantastic skating by Starship Trooper.
And Habanero Romero weaves her way through the pack. Starship Trooper, back block called on her way down to the floor.
She was trying to call off that jam, preventing Habanero Romero from scoring, picked up that penalty. This is going to be a full 2-minute jam, Pony.
That's a good thing for Team White. Team Purple doing a good time slowing her down on her way around the track.
Yeah, you see Team White really holding back so that the pack speed is slower, so that Habanero Romero can skate many, many laps.
Fatality dropping in to try to break things up. She scrapes off one as Habanero Romero is taken to the ground by Rosemary's Baby.
I just heard a coach yell, "Work together." And if that doesn't embody this sport, I don't know what does.
That is roller derby.
There we go.
A last-second cut called on Habanero Romero right at the end of that jam. Hey, Radio Cab, the other way to roll. Call Radio Cab today. I don't know if anybody remembers those taxi cab things. They work just like those other things that you do off the internet, but it's Radio Cab, one of our proud sponsors.
And we have a taco timeout, an official timeout here. Something's happening, and I'm sending Ponyboy down to check it out.
All right, too fast for me to even get down there. We don't know what happened.
We had a jammer switcheroo. Why don't you go check out that penalty board?
They just like to make me run up and down the stairs.
I do. And this is a power jam for Team Purple, looking for this exact opportunity to close that gap, and there she is. Bad advice, lead jammer for Team Purple. And right on the inside, just splitting them between the two. That's a big 5-point jam for Bad Advice.
Bad Advice coming in hot, weaves her way through the pack. Filipino screening off Big Mac like a boss.
Just skating them like cones. Fantastic footwork here by Bad Advice. And our blockers know exactly what to do. Look at their offense. They're just picking off a white one, picking them off.
Up front, Big Mac holding things down.
Joella DeVille exits the pack. That jam is called off. Big one for Team Purple.
That was fast and exciting, just like Fran's Bakery. Fran's has been proudly baking in Portland since 1906. That's 110 years.
And here we go, full blocker contingent for each team. Team White up front, doing what they can against Misdemeanor.
And Moonlight Bandit trying to find some sunshine on the outside line, takes a bit of a tumble. She's at the back of the pack. Misdemeanor shown the inside of the track by Fatality.
Yep. Rosemary Baby out front of the pack, surprise, surprise. Containing Moonlight Bandit. Beautiful backwards blocking and teamwork. Rosemary's Baby just trying to tap her out.
Misdemeanor having her troubles with Team White up front. A multiplayer block called on Fatality. She's on her way to the penalty box.
Team Purple not quite getting their wall together, but Moonlight Bandit takes the bait, spins around, puts up 4 big ones for Team White.
Smacky Kennedy going crazy at the end of that jam, holding up Misdemeanor.
16. 5 is 21. We have ourselves a 21-point game here. Purple trailing 95 to 116. 23 and a half minutes remaining in this game.
Juella DeVille on the line for Team White. And that's Mace of Grace up for Team Purple.
Wow, great jamming there. Mace of Grace, lead jammer. She just used her own blockers like a bulldozer on the outside line.
Juella DeVille shrugging off hits all the way around the track, breaks out, and she's on her scoring pass.
Mace of Grace, one more to beat. Big blocking there by number 5. Oh, Showtime. Showtime's got to let her go to avoid a penalty. She does it, and that's 4 more points for Mace of Grace.
Boom, ba, boom.
Juella DeVille picking up 4 points of her own and a big force out there. Mace of Grace. She still wants those points, Pony.
Juella DeVille right now at the back of the pack.
She could call it off, but she's trusting her blockers to do some damage control and hold back Juella DeVille.
Which they just did, and Mace of Grace taken to the back of the pack. Juella DeVille still having a tough time with Team Purple mobbing up on her.
Yeah, but starting to push out towards that 20 feet right around the outside. She gets through. Mace of Grace, 4 more
Domino
points.
effect dropping into the line. Juella DeVille fighting finally through the pack.
Well-earned 4 points for Team White. 8 points apiece. Make that 9 for Purple.
Hey, Voodoo Donuts, the magic is in the hole. Proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice. Moonlight Bandit back on the line for Team White.
Starship Trooper now jamming for Purple, attacking that outside line. Trouble Clef is there.
Moonlight Bandit getting up off the floor right now. Team Purple really set up on her, dropped out, and right now being taken to the back of the pack by number 33, Bad Advice.
Meanwhile, Team White just doing a fantastic job of being everywhere, all over Starship Trooper.
Moonlight Bandit hop, skip, and a jump around the outside. On the inside line, lead jammer.
White recycles to the front, holding on the outside line. Big hit there.
Big Mac just picking her up and tossing her off the track.
Another big hit there with an assist from number 6, Mackie Kennedy.
Moonlight Bandit still trying to find her way through, find some sun on the inside, but a cut track is called. She's on her way to the penalty box.
Big Mac calling for White bloggers to join her at the front of the pack, and that's number 9, Catnip. She's down, but she's not out.
Back on the track, Starship Trooper hands off the star
Good call.
to Bad Advice,
Oh,
who
look
is
at that.
on the run right away.
Look at that pickup speed. Incredible. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Big Mac can't stop her up front, and Bad Advice is on the run.
That was awesome.
Amazing. Bad Advice back in the pack already on the inside. Big Mac not enjoying her last trip around. Forces the out.
The duo of Big Mac and Trouble Clef. That's big time right there.
Big hits all the way around.
White pulling out 5 points. That jam for Purple, 106-129.
Something going on. And we're right back
just
at it.
Bellstar with a big old smile on her face, as per the usual. Oh, there it is. There it is. The old Bellstar timeout.
Bellstar timeout means a Louis Armstrong music minute. I was enjoying the dance contest. Indigo Hurls working on her dance moves in the box. Get down, Indigo.
Full blocking contingent for both teams. Team White choosing to take that front pivot line. Purple holding back at the RonTonkin.com jammer line.
Misdemeanor on the line for Team Purple, and that's Juella DeVille again taking lead jammer.
Both jammers escape. Team White a little bit split up in this pack. Purple's not really letting them reinforce those walls as Juella DeVille enters that pack. Beautiful force out. And
a well-tied call off.
No points awarded that jam. Fantastic defense by Team Purple.
Moonlight Bandit on the line with, once again, Mace of Grace.
And you see Team White collapsing even closer to that purple wall so that the purple jammer doesn't have any more room to breathe. That's Mace of Grace for Team Purple.
Smacky Kennedy bridging out, and Moonlight Bandit breaks through and takes lead jammer.
Making it look easy, and my friends, it is not. Big Mac, last line of defense there, holding a shoulder into Mace of Grace, gets her to the outside line, and she's going to have to re-enter all the way behind Big Mac.
We're doing a total do-over, all the jammers to the back of the pack. Pretty Kitty Bang Bang on the inside line. Domina effect, on the inside line.
Moonlight Bandit pokes a hole in the center, comes right around the outside, finds her lane, and puts up 5 big ones for Team White.
Moonlight Bandit trying to make it through on the outside, didn't quite make it, and Filipino drags her to the back of the pack.
Yeah, that was a big hit. A little shaken up, but my friends, this is what we live for.
A lot of whistles at the end of that jam.
Well, yeah.
And it's Filipino to the penalty box.
These girls are taking big hits, but they're dishing them out.
It's a risk.
It's the most fun ever.
For me, it is. Depends on what you're into.
4-3 pack advantage in favor of Team White out front.
Misdemeanor back on the line with Juella DeVille. Juella DeVille working her way around the outside, taking lead jammer.
It was. And big hit there.
Misdemeanor up against the white wall in the front end as Juella DeVille blows through on the outside.
Yeah, Team Purple just couldn't rally their wall together to get one in the penalty box, so she made that through. That's 5 more points.
And Juella DeVille finds the hole, jumps through, 4 points at the end of that jam.
That hole brought to you by number 423, Fatality.
Super. And hey, we want to talk about Black Cat Plumbing, local neighborhood plumbing company and proud part of RCR since 2009. That's Black Cat Plumbing.
Meow.
Meow.
Bellstar, you get down with your bad self. Coach is dancing over there. Lead jammer, bad advice for Team Purple.
Amazing. Big Mac breaking out. She's on a scoring pass.
White reinforcing their wall. They are ready for bad advice. Oh, but she finds a lane on the inside. Unfortunately, picking up a back block penalty.
Yikes.
So
Rosemary's Baby running the line right now on Big Mac, who ekes it around the inside.
5 big ones for Team White as they begin to pull ahead here in the second half. We're in our last quarter of play, just under 15 minutes remaining in the game.
Pretty Kitty Bang Bang, Rosemary's Baby running the line. They drop in on Big Mac, and Big Mac picks up a cut. She's on her way to the penalty box.
What's she doing?
And that's bad advice out of the box and breaking through the pack.
No lead jammer anymore. You forfeit that once you get to the penalty box. This will be a full 2-minute jam. Exhausting. And that's bad advice, slicing through the pack like a hot knife through butter. 5 more points for Team Purple.
Cannon Ballistic going nuts on Team White in that last pass.
Trouble Clef with a valiant effort against bad advice, buying a little bit of time.
Here comes bad advice. Just tears through the wall.
What she's doing is dropping her shoulder and coming through, like twisting her body.
Can
and
opener.
Yeah, can opener, exactly. Just slipping through.
Again. Just
Wow.
dodging hits all the way through the pack. Helmet cover pass to number 418. That's Moonlight Bandit back on the line as jammer, and that jam is
Well
off.
then, Team Purple showing that they are playing this to the very end. 24-point jam for bad advice. Give it up, folks.
Woo!
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Hey, we'd like to thank Timothy Murray. Visit timothymurrayphotography.com for classic black and white film derby images.
Awesome photographer, and we love our photographers here. Filipino jamming once again for Team Purple, going up against Habanero Romero.
Who is right now on her way to the penalty box for a back block.
Aw, bummer.
That lets Habanero Romero free to take lead jammer, power jam, Team White.
Team Purple getting ready for Habanero Romero and whatever offense Team White's about to throw at them. That wall gets mixed up there. Who's that, 20-something?
Habanero Romero shrugging off hits all the way through the pack.
Big offense by Mischievous, making that pass possible.
Starship Trooper running the outside line. Domino effect on the in.
Again, Mischievous with the offensive sweep. Perfectly executed, opened up big ol' hole there for Habanero Romero to put up another 5-point pass. 10 points so far.
Filipino putting the pressure on, and that jam is off. .33 game. 11 minutes left.
Can I thank our volunteers again?
Yeah, sure.
Vitamin D, our DJ, I see Skippy Steve, all our volunteers, people working the raffle, the merch booth, our officials, our NSOs. You guys make it so awesome. Thank you so much. Oh,
Oh,
they deserve it. Mesa Grace jamming for Team Purple, Juella DeVille for Team White. Really slow starting pack here in turn 1 and escaping out the front. That's Juella DeVille.
Juella DeVille just pounding her way through that pack, and it's a cut called on Mace of Grace. She'll be spending 30 seconds in the penalty box.
Team Purple trying to slow down Juella DeVille's powerful steps forward. And she's just going to pack on another 5 points here. White beginning to pull ahead. Yet
Hex
again.
mix on the inside. Rosemary's Baby running the line. And Juella DeVille skips right past both of them.
That was great footwork. She was blocking, or she was behind a blocker and just laterally jumped sideways and pushed through.
Team Purple ready for this assault. And finally, Juella DeVille has brought to a standstill in the apex. Rosemary's Baby putting on the pressure right now, dropping in on her own. Moaning Murder drops in to run the line. Juella DeVille still trying to find her way around it.
Cannon Ballistic getting a piece of the action there on Juella DeVille. Big sweeping hit there, not quite enough to take her out.
Rosemary's Baby, Hex Mix, number 808. Cannon Ballistic trying to slow down Juella DeVille. They did a pretty good job for a while, but Rosemary's Baby, last line of defense, they have to let her go.
That's good discipline. It's really hard to stop hitting the shiny thing.
And that jam is off. That was a tough one for Juella.
15 more points for Team White. And of course, a big thanks to all the Derby moms and dads.
Yeah, thanks. No, really.
My mom helped me choose my Derby name because she wanted to be Mama Melons. She's an integral part of my Derby career.
Big Mac on the line for Team White. Bad Advice breaks out and takes lead jammer.
Packs mixed up over here on turn 2, trying to form a wall, but in the chaos, Bad Advice able to swing through for 4 points for Team Purple.
Excellent coverage from Team Purple there, holding off Team White. Starship Trooper drops to the line. And she's back up with Habanero Romero. Everybody drifting back.
They don't really want to give these jammers too much of a start.
I wouldn't let them get any speed up at all.
Going up right on the outside line, Starship Trooper, but Treble Clef there to close the wall. And here we have a lead jammer, Habanero Romero for Team Whites.
Starship Trooper weaves her way through, and she's on her scoring passes. Habanero Romero breaks in for the attack, weaves off Filipino, and Rosemary's Baby.
With a blocking clinic over there on the outside line. I like to call that the Barbie doll, because her body's still facing the inside, but her whole lower half whips around and pop that jammer outside the track boundary.
Crazy. Bellstar on the floor, gesticulating wildly.
Weird.
I don't know. It's almost as if she's waiting for something.
What could she be waiting for?
And it's a team timeout.
Fun fact, Bellstar once broke a finger calling a timeout aggressively.
I'm not surprised. She just about broke my leg one day. Hey, how about I'm doing it again. Put them somewhere different every time.
Yeah.
Just to fool myself. Hey, the friendly people at Echo Construction love custom home building remodels and roller derby. That's Echo Construction. Prana. Clothing for people who live fully, play long, travel well. Piranha Clothing.
Team timeouts are 1 minute long. Each team gets 3 per game. And they also get to call an official review once per half, at least once.
That's true.
Which can sometimes be used just to get a little bit of a timeout.
Yeah. Take your time.
Absolutely.
Take a breather. Talk about what you need to fix. On the line for Team Purple, Holly Screw-ya. And for Team White, it's number 101, Juella DeVille.
And in the chaos on the inside line, lead jammer going to Juella DeVille, but right behind her, Team Purple's jammer.
Everybody on the run. Big Mac on the line, deciding to take a stand at the pivot line.
Oh, beautiful work. Jammers and blockers working together. You saw Juella hit that purple wall because they were in back. Those points were available to her, and big hit by Treble Clef, preventing Purple from putting any points up on the board. Beautiful, beautiful call off there by Team White. Yep, electricity out all over. Everyone is going on dog feed and
Okay. Habanero Romero back on the line with Bad Advice. Bad Advice thinking she had lead jammer there, but dropped out.
That's Lady Gotcha with a big force out Finally, Bad Advice able to escape her wrath, becoming a lead jammer.
Habanero Romero so fast, Rosemary's Baby couldn't catch her. Team Purple trying to set up shop at the front end. Round goes Bad Advice, and she calls it off.
Just a little over 5 minutes remaining. 44 points separating these two teams, but anything could happen.
And it's Hazard in training up against Starship Trooper.
And Team Purple sleeping on the job.
Hazard in training to the inside. She's got a vision of lead jammer up front with one more to get by. Hazard in training takes it.
Man, Barbarian Librarian with a great attempt to block her on that inside line, but Hazard in training pushes through for lead jammer. And here we have Starship Trooper escaping the pack, ready to begin her first point scoring pass of this jam.
Hazard in training down in the straightaway. Decides to call it off.
Yeah, she called that one off because her blockers were kind of hanging out in the rear of the pack. She waited a minute longer. Purple is going to start scoring points. So great call off there as White pulls ahead. 3 more points.
Misdemeanor on the line with Juella DeVille.
Jewish, maybe. Ish.
I'm Jewish. That's my duty. And right up the inside.
Juella DeVille breaks out and takes lead jammer.
Yeah, domino effect had her, but with great footwork, Juella DeVille able to sneak through for lead.
Rosemary's Baby, Pretty Kitty Bang Bang up front. And Juella DeVille shrugs them all off on her way through the pack.
That's Mischievous with a big force out here, allowing her own jammer to lap Misdemeanor.
Juella right now just shrugging off hits from all sides as she breaks through that line.
This is just a killer defensive lineup for Team White. You see Mischievous just sweep in front of her and take her out at the gut. Oh, and another big one.
Quick recovery and a cut called.
All right, so the officials, the outside pack ref had a better perspective on it, so that just got communicated to the inside refs, and that's why the jammers returned to the track.
That makes sense.
Pretty impressed by the referee communication and all those hand signals. It's pretty awesome,
Referee in this game or an official, it's just insane the number of things you need to track and pay attention to and be able to call out all at once. ADD becomes an advantage in this game.
That's crazy. No. 4 of them is a minor.
Oh my god.
And out front, Team White, Eeny Meeny hanging out with Big Mac.
Eeny Meeny and Big Mac trying to hold down Holly Screw, but they couldn't quite do it. Lead jammer goes to Team Purple. Habanero Romero is your lead jammer.
These packs were really mixed up, but you see a White team try to recycle to the front of the pack to
Holly
put the
Screw
kibosh on Holly Screw. 2 more points for Team Purple.
I could have sworn I don't know. Had that backwards. Yeah.
I know, I just noticed that. This is a skinny guy.
And it's Bad Advice up against Lady Gotcha going into this jam. Bad Advice wants it more. Lead jammer, purple.
Joella DeVille showing her blocking prowess, buying a little bit of time on bad advice. And we have a lapped jammer, purple now in their scoring position. And through the front, there she goes.
Lady Gotcha trying to break free. One more to get by. Rosemary's Baby lets her go.
Pretty cool spin move there by Lady Gotcha. Bad advice taken down to her knees. Gonna take her time, call that one off.
Probably a good idea.
And purple utilizing a team timeout.
That's a Mike Checks Music Minute. Hey, we'd like to thank Sock It To Me. Sock It To Me, unleash your inner superhero at sockittome.com. CrossFit Magnus, official fitness partner of the Wheels of Justice. That's CrossFit Magnus. And last but not least, we want to thank 808. 808, food so good it straight broke the mouth. It's not quite on yet. Everybody's so excited. And
I can see everything from here. Psycho Kitty finally wearing that jammer hat for Team Purple.
Habanero Romero up for Team White. Trying to find her way through. Filipino drops her out and drags her to the back of the pack.
Habanero Romero working her way out the front of the pack. And she's going to see that inside line and take it. Lead jammer, Team White, Habanero Romero.
Big Mac holding down Psycho Kitty halfway around the track. Just enough time for Habanero Romero to grab 2 laps.
You will notice that the period clock has expired. And when she calls that off, that is the game. Final score, 150 for Purple, 208 for White. But you know what we usually do at the end of these games is just tie it up, because the real winners here are the Rosebuds All-Star Team representing Portland, Oregon. Come on up to the track. Let's give some high fives. Congratulations, Team White. You have won the game.
And let's bring on some victory laps. Team White, take your lap. Here they come, and the crowd went crazy.
Woo! Get in here, grab a high five. Join us in a moment. We're going to hand out our MVP awards.
And here comes Team Purple. Coming up, the MVP awards. Who will it be? One of your kids, I bet. All right, make your decisions right away. We need to know who your MVPs are. All right, coming up, so cute. Team White will be presenting their MVP awards in just a moment. While we politely wait. Hey. That's okay. We'll figure it out. All right, great. So are you guys ready? All right,
Yeah.
who have you chosen?
Misdemeanor.
Misdemeanor! And facing the camera, what's the other one?
Hannah.
Hannah! That's awesome.
All right.
Over to you, Melons.
How about MVP Jammer of Team White?
Habanero Romero.
Oh yeah, look at that! Future Jammer for the Wheels of Justice, I presume? And MVP Jammer, or blocker for Team White.
Catnip.
Yeah! Well, congratulations all to the MVPs. Thank you so much for joining us. How about a Wheels of Justice cheer on 3? Everybody, just yell, Wheels of Justice on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Folks, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Thank you so much for joining us.